I'm gonna try not to cry. Okay, hi guys. Oof. I'm crying already. Oof, okay. Hi guys. I'm gonna try not to cry this whole video. I'm sorry if I'm a little emotional. That's the first time that I've like said that in like 2 years. Which I guess is like a long time. It's a long time. It's a really long time. A lot of stuff has happened since then. Oh my god, why am I crying? A lot has happened since I last made a video. And like I've been wanting to make this specific video for so long. Like I had times where I'd like planned it out and like was so ready, and then I just could never sit down to do it because I never like wanted to admit to myself that this is kind of over. And I never wanted to say that, and I never thought that would happen. And it's like so emotional for me because it's not something that I think about a lot anymore. Not as like much as I used to, but like when I'm forced to think about it, it's hard. I spent almost like a huge chunk of my childhood and like my adolescence on YouTube, and like I still am on YouTube every day watching videos. Like it's not like I have like physically left YouTube, but like a lot of things have changed. So many things have changed. I do feel like I owe you guys an explanation, and you know, I've seen comments, nice and not so nice, telling me that I owe an explanation, and I completely agree. But it's just hard. Like, if this isn't something that you have had to deal with, basically, essentially growing up and having people wonder why and not knowing how to explain why, it's hard. It's really hard. But I'm gonna stop being dramatic and just explain myself to the best of my ability. I know that the last video that I uploaded was sometime in the spring of 2016. 2016 was the year that I graduated high school. Wow, it's like still weird to say that out loud. But I graduated high school in spring of 2016, and when I was making videos, I was mostly like pretty much happy. The truth of the matter is that like I have had a lot, I had a lot going on while I was making videos, and making videos was my escape from my regular life, which was not a fun life. I didn't have a great childhood, but YouTube made it something that was so incredible, and now I have something to look back on from those years and say, like, that's a good thing. It's such a good thing. Like, I feel like what I created and what we created was such a good thing. And I really believe that. So I think there was a time starting around, like when I started high school, where I was kind of falling out of love with dolls, which I haven't even said that word once yet, which is weird. But it's not that I was falling out of love with them, because I still love them. Like, that's the thing. I'm never gonna stop loving them. Like, that was such a huge part of my life in a weird way, but like, they're so important to me. I'm never gonna stop loving them. But the point is, I had a lot of different interests. I had a lot of things going on, but I kept doing it because I wanted to. I felt like I had to, which is like sad, and I never wanted to like admit that, but like parts of me felt like I had to. And I was trying to hold on to childhood, and like everyone wants to do that, you know, who doesn't want to hold on to childhood, right? But I think like by that mark where I stopped making videos, like some pretty like messed up stuff happened my senior year of high school, where I was very unhappy, and you know, like things happened that I wasn't so like happy with. It's just like personal life, not like YouTube. And so I just like I stopped making videos, not because of any like concrete reason. I was just like, I can't do this right now. Like, I was just in a bad place, essentially. And so then I worked all of that summer, and I didn't have to, it was the first time that I had a full-time job, so I didn't have like any extra time really to make videos. It was either make videos or relax or spend time with friends or whatever. So I chose other things that I felt were more important in my life. And that's the truth of the matter, is that like YouTube used to be the most important thing to me, and it slowly became less important, to the point now where my channel is dead. Like, we can't just pretend like it's not, or I can't pretend like it's not. You guys haven't, but I have pretended like it's not dead, but it totally is. And so like by the time that I was going off to college, which I moved all the way across the country for college. Right now, I'm actually at home making this video in DC on the East Coast, but I went to school all the way in California, which has always been my dream. Like, most of that dream was caused by YouTube and my sort of like artistic ventures and things that I wanted to do. So I moved across the country for college, and that was really hard. And I remember ever since I was a kid that I so badly wanted to like bring my dolls to college. Like, if you guys remember Steven's Wood, a dancer, like she used to bring her dolls to college, and I was like, that's gonna be me. Like, I'm gonna make videos in college and no one's even gonna stop me. But like, if you guys aren't in college, like you don't get it. Like you can't make videos. Like, you have roommates, you have people coming in and out of your room, and it's like, whatever, don't be ashamed and embarrassed of your dolls. But at the end of the day, like, that wasn't the version of me that I wanted to put forward as like a new start in college. And like, I hate admitting that, but like, it's the truth. Like, I didn't want to be that girl again who plays with dolls like I was in high school and middle school. Like, that was something that I wanted to leave behind, and I don't want you guys to ever feel like you want to be ashamed, because I always pushed that. I was always like, don't be ashamed. But like, I can't say that I took my own advice. So aside from the fact that they're dolls, I just didn't have time like to make YouTube videos in college. Even when I came home for breaks, I was doing stuff. Like, I was spending time with friends and family. Like, it's not something that has a place in my life anymore that like makes sense, which is so sad to say out loud. And like, I was even crying earlier about this, but like, it wasn't something that made sense anymore. And I kept telling myself, like, right before I left for college, that I was going to make a video at least explaining why there was going to be some sort of gap in my video making and like how I would be back eventually. But there are a lot of reasons why that doesn't make sense, because then when I came back for summer break, like, I know that there are some AG-tubers who like would make videos over like summer break and stuff because like it makes sense for them. But like, I was working a full-time job again. Like, now I'm working a lot and I'm like building up like a career for myself essentially, which is so weird because I'm so young. But like, I'm almost 20, which is probably so weird for some of you to hear me say that. It's weird for me to say that too. But like I'm just I am now like setting out to do all of the things that I dreamed of doing when I was on AGTube, and they may not be in the same form. Like, I may not be becoming a film creator and like all those things I wanted to do, which like, it's so sad to watch a dream die like that. But I have new dreams, and I have new things that I'm so happy about and that I'm so excited about and that I feel like really fulfill me. And I think that YouTube got to a point where it was always an incredible thing for me, but it got to a point where, as everybody says, it was a chore, blah, 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 blah. But like, my heart wasn't in it anymore. And like, how is that fair to make videos when your heart isn't in it? In addition to that, my mom, it's just my mom and I. It wasn't always while I was making YouTube videos, but it is now. And she has moved a lot, and all of my dolls and things, like, I don't have like control over them anymore, like, if that makes sense. Like, she's always packing them up and moving them somewhere else. And there was even a period where like, even if I wanted to, like a year ago, like in my freshman year of college, like even if I wanted to whip out my dolls and make a video, like I couldn't, because they were somewhere away in storage, in some storage unit, which I didn't choose. Like, she moved into a 1-bedroom apartment, and there wasn't room for me to have a bedroom, let alone have an entire doll collection, you know? Like, there was points where there wasn't room for them, and then so I wasn't in control of where they were and what that situation was. So that's the honest truth, is that like, even if I wanted to, there were times where I wanted to, like, I physically couldn't. So as I'm saying this, my dolls, I always hated this when I watched YouTubers like say this, but like, my dolls are in boxes in my basement. And I still love them, guys. Like, I love them. I'm like thinking about them, and I want to hold Lainey and Krissa, and I just, you know, like, it's so sad to like watch something like this happen, but it's part of growing up. And I pushed away growing up for so long. I just pushed and pushed and pushed, and I never wanted to see it happen, and it happened. And there was nothing I could do about it. And it took me a long time to come to terms with what happened and how I feel about it. And the fact of the matter is that I'm sad. Like, I'm sad that this had to happen, And like, I also want to express the fact that, like, I don't think that anyone has to grow up and then grow out of dolls. Like I'm saying, like, I still love them. And like, occasionally I'll go into the American Girl store, like, with my friends, like, and just be like, oh my god, like, you know, it's like, I still love them. It's such an incredible world. How lucky were we? Like, how lucky were we to have something so incredible? And like, the amount of things I've learned, and the amount of things I've even learned from like American Girl books, like, I feel like I wouldn't even know history at all, you know? It's like, it's weird, but I just feel like I learned so much of my history from American Girl dolls, and I'm so grateful for that. I'm so, so grateful, and I could never express my gratitude enough for anyone to understand. But that's essentially what had to happen, is that, like, for me personally, it wasn't something I could do anymore. And while I so badly wish that maybe one day I could go back to doing it again, I don't know. I can't tell you what the future holds. I can't tell you that this channel is never gonna go back to what it was, because I would love for it to, but I can't promise that. Like, there are times in the past where I've promised that I would come back on Instagram, and I haven't. I really haven't come back, and I can't. It's just so, it's as upsetting for me as it is for you guys, but like, I can't promise that this is ever gonna be something again, as badly as I want it to be. But I mean, here's to hoping. I would love to make videos again, but it's not something that fits into my life right now. On the other hand, I'm going to do that classic plug that every ex-AG tuber does that I said I would never do. But I am kind of interested in making videos on a second channel, or I guess it's not really going to be a second channel, it's going to be a full channel. But I'm like, I want to make videos again, because I feel like when I went to school, I stopped doing a lot of creative stuff, and I miss that so much. And so I want to do that again. So I'm thinking of starting up my old side channel, making it into like sort of my new channel. So that's kind of my way of saying, like, I'm not gone forever. I'm trying to just sort of switch to a different platform, I think. And it's so sad, but at the same time, like, I'm learning to accept it. I hope you guys can learn to accept it. And who knows, dude, like, maybe one day in the future there could be a Logan and Stephanie reunion of some sort, you know? Like, what I'm trying to say is I'm not totally opposed to that. I'm not. But what I'm trying to tell you is that I don't want you guys to be sitting around here waiting any longer. Like, this is my way of telling you guys what I needed to tell you, which is that I went to college. And, like, that's just a summarized version of it. And it happens to almost every YouTuber. And then sometimes some people find a way to make it work. And I hate saying that I wasn't able to. I don't want this to be the end. That's why I'm asking you guys to follow me on my other ventures. I could even link my Instagram below if you guys want to keep up with me personally there as well. I'm not opposed to that. And like, I don't know, I don't want this to be the end, because I still love you guys, and I still feel connected to you guys. Totally. I totally do. And I do, like, as much as I don't think about this that much anymore, I still think about it. I still think about it a lot. And I have a lot of emotions connected to it. So I'm also going to link that second channel below in case that's something you guys want to keep up with, if you guys want to keep up with me at all. So this isn't goodbye. It will never be goodbye. Anttonina will always be a part of me. Always. It still is a part of me. It always will be. Forever and ever until I die. And so will you guys, and everything that AG2 brought me, and everything that I have learned and have been able to teach. I'm just so grateful for this experience, and I will always carry it with me. So this is not goodbye, this is thank you for everything. I love you guys so, so much. So much. I will never be able to express it. So, thank you.